Hey, welcome back to Five Lakes Garage, and today we're going to do a little something different. I'm going to talk to you about my 2019 Toyota Tacoma Off-Road Edition. And this time, we're going to do the top 5 pet peeves I have with this thing. Now, we're going to do some honorable mentions as well, but we're going to stick to the top 5. We're going to get it on the road. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about in certain cases. Some other ones, it's just not going to work out. Alright, first I'm going to go with some honorable mentions, and then we're going to get to our top 5. Now, the first one I'm going to sit there, and yes, there are going to be a lot of controversy on some of my top 5 and honorable mentions, but hey, work with me here. This is just my experience with this truck. They're not all the same. Alright, I got 2 honorable mentions. Number 2 is all the nannies. Why does Toyota have to put on so many nannies? There's one for the clutch. We got rid of that. There's a video linked down below. Go check it out. Get that thing out of there. It feels so much better. It actually feels like a clutch, not this random BS. Wow. Man, you're gonna get me all worked up. Anyway, the front collision warning. Okay, I understand why it's there, but does it have to be that darn sensitive? I'm coming up to a stoplight. I'm trying to get into my right turn so I can make that right turn. There's somebody sitting there. I go over, beep, beep, beep. What the heck? Hits the brakes. That's dangerous. Stop. Ugh. Drives me crazy. I got to turn it off every darn time. Oh, another thing, Toyota. Do you have to ding on everything? Ding. What? What is that? Ding. What is that? Stop dinging. You don't need it. All right. Number 1 in the honorable mentions, seatbelt. I know, it's a seatbelt. But it actually should have been in my top 5 pet peeves, only because you get in there, you can't get it, it locks up. You lock it in there, you say, oh, let me just grab something, I'm at a stoplight. Oh, you can't, because it's locked up. Oh wait, look, I gotta go catch the bus. Oh, let's go. Oh no, I can't. Oh my goodness. Wait, okay, go real slow. Real slow, real slow. Go fast. Okay, here we go. Now, oh look, I gotta go pick something up from down below. I can't reach it because this thing locks up for no reason. I understand while it's there, but doesn't have to be that sensitive. I don't get it. Alright, so those are about my honorable mentions. There are some other ones that didn't even make the list, but they are out there. Maybe we'll do it in a later video as soon as they piss me off that much more. So, this is going to be my top 5 pet peeves of my 2019 Toyota Tacoma. Number 5, rear locker. Why do I have to be in low range to use my rear locker? Now, I want to put my rear locker on. Alright, I'm in 2-wheel drive. Put my rear locker. Oh, you get nothing. Okay, put in 4-wheel drive. Wait for it, wait for it. Okay, 4-wheel drive. Push it again. Nope. Nope, it'll just sit there and cry. Put in 4 low. Here's another pet peeve. This is gonna be like honorable mention, a couple of them anyway. Anyway, go to 4 low. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Alright, it will sit there and do that for eternity. But watch this. If you have a manual, this could probably help. I have another video on this too. Anyway. 1, 2. Hey, look. I went in the 4-wheel drive. I don't get it. But hey, now let's try locker. Alright, so the locker finally went in. It actually took a little while for that one. I don't know if things weren't quite meshed up or whatever. But why would you have to do that? I don't want to be in low range and have to use my locker. Why do I don't understand that. Now, on the 2nd gen, you do have the gray wire mod. Check that one out. That was pretty darn sweet. I don't have a video on it because I don't have a 2nd gen. But simple wire under the dash, splice it in, boom. You got locker whenever you want it, whenever you need it. High range, low range, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. It doesn't make a difference. Push the button, boom, you got a locker. Not in this guy. I have not yet found a way to get this thing to engage when I want it. When I push that button up there, I want it to work. Can't do it yet. I have a few ideas, and I'm going to try to get into it. Hopefully I don't mess anything up. But as soon as I figure it out, I'm going to put it out on the web and you guys can do it yourself. But yes, why do I need to have the rear in low range to be able to use my locker? All right, number 4, pet peeves. Design flaw. Why exactly does the AC condenser line have to drain right on top of the frame? Yes, it's probably treated. Second gens has some problems with rust. Okay, but why have it drain right on the frame? I don't understand. Toyota is supposed to last forever. That's not going to help. You know, I'm not in the rust belt, so it shouldn't rust too bad. But still, it's a simple thing. Move it over. I did a video on that to fix that. Take a link down below, and or actually just go to the playlist. You'll see all of them. Anyway, it's a very simple fix. Put an extra hose on it, move it over to the side, clamp it down, boom, you're ready to go. All right, number 3. This is an off-road vehicle. It's written out there on the side. Why is it that the lowest point of this truck, besides the axles, is your exhaust? Take a look at this. This is ridiculous. All right, now we're underneath the truck, and tell me what you see. Okay, so we have tin foil, which I've already kind of dinged it up a little bit. Anyway, we have a tin foil skid plate. What is that gonna stop besides this little pebble that dinged me up? Okay, that's fine. Then you have another skid plate. Yes, again, tin foil, not gonna stop much. But look right back there. Yes, that will be your exhaust pipe. Why exactly would your crossover exhaust pipe be lower than your cross member? I don't know. That's gonna be fixed one day. I hope to get that fixed later on, but right now it's just gonna be the way it is. Now my biggest fear with that right there is if I'm coming off a rock, boom, in the mall, whatever, and the rock gets caught on that exhaust. It could rip my header off, it could mess up my engine, it could mess up a lot of things, depends on how hard I hit it. Now I could just ding it up, okay, it might keep the exhaust from flowing out. But why keep it so low? I don't get it. It's a pet peeve, but we're gonna fix pet peeves because that's what we do. We modify things, make it right. Well, maybe not right, but we'll get it close. Number 2, a pet peeves. I'm almost to the number 1, not quite there. I'm on number 2. All right, stock suspension. 2019 off-road edition. I'm not in the desert. A lot of people are not in the desert. We're not trying to go 50 miles an hour in the desert. Why did it have to be so soft? Holy crap. Okay, that one right there might actually be my own preference. I'd much rather have a stiffer suspension. It's a truck. I'm supposed to be towing stuff. I like it to be stiff. I don't want to be swaying. I don't want it to be bouncing. I want it stiff. I want to haul stuff in the back. Couldn't quite do that. I mean, I could. Quick story. There's 5 people, 5 legs, you know. All right, 2 adults, 3 children. Children aren't that big. 5 of us in here. We have 5 overnight bags in the bed. That's about it. Oh, we had a cooler, but still, cooler ain't that big. Riding down the road, hit a bump. Don't. Boom, we hit the bump stops. Why did we hit the bump stops? Because the rear suspension only had 2.5 inches of up travel. What? Seriously? I do not understand that. Those leaf springs were pretty much flat. There wasn't a lot of bend to them. All right, so whenever we put anything in the back, all we did was hit the bump stops. That might just be me. Maybe other people don't have it. I'm sure there's gonna be some people in the comments. They're not gonna be happy with what I'm saying. But this is just me in my truck. I don't understand it. So we fixed that by putting on a lift. It's a 3.5 inch. It is by Rough Country. A lot of people don't like Rough Country, but so far so good. It has been pretty darn good, except for one thing. It does squeak in the rear. It's kind of annoying. Kind of lube it up, it goes away. It rains, comes back again. But anyway, but yeah, so we have it up 3.5 inches. Also, any particular reason why the stock suspension has to be so weak? Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, took the tire off just so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right, so like I said, we put a 3.5-inch lift on this thing. Some of the things aren't stock, but they're pretty close. Anyway, some of the things that we kept up here that are still stock would be this arm here. Now, this right here is actually holding most of the weight of the truck, pretty much all of it. Look how spindly this is. Why does it have to be that spindly? Let's go for some beef. Now, just as a disclaimer, I do have other trucks. This is only one of 5. Now, every truck that I do have, except for my wife's car, which that's one of the 5, but they all have 33-inch tires. Now, that tire over there is like 80 pounds. It's not stock, but still, even at a stock one, I felt like I was going to break something every time I hit a bump. I don't quite understand that. Another thing too, sway bar. Now here's your sway bar, nice and beef. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't really work that well, but it does okay. Then you have a little spindly little connecting rod here. Now here's my beef on this one. If I want to do a quick connect, so let's say I'm going to go off-road, because this is an off-road vehicle, I disconnect this, pull it off. Okay, I'm going to push this out of the way. It goes up, boom. Okay, it hits the upper control arm. Okay, well maybe I'll go down. But no, it hits the tie rod. So you can't really take anything out. You can't just put it up out of the way. I did do a video where I did a quick connect on my 89 Grand Wagoneer. That actually worked out great. I put a little connector on top, swing it up, hook it in, totally fine. Again, here's a link down below. So I do have some videos on some solutions for some of these things. Some of them I haven't quite figured out yet. The sway bar thing, I need to figure that one out, and I'm thinking maybe if I put something underneath, maybe cut it in half and have a quick connect, or maybe a ratchet. I don't know yet. That one has to take a whole lot more engineering. And maybe once I do figure that out, I'll put a video out there. Maybe I'll make some products. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Anyway, one other thing that's not really too suspension-y, but this is a Tacoma. This has got to be like the second most modified vehicle out there as far as trucks. First one I would say is the Jeep. Okay, everybody has a Jeep. Everybody modifies them. But if you have a Tacoma, you're pretty much going to modify it. Why is it that I just want to put some basic 33s on here, some 285, 75s? I think it looks good. 35s probably look a little bit better. Why is it that I have to cut into my my mount here? And to be honest with you, I probably should have cut more off, but I didn't. But it doesn't rub anymore. I'm not exactly sure why I needed to do that just to fit 33s. 35s, okay, probably have to do it. 37s, yeah, you might have to modify a few other things. But why? Why would you want to do that? Anyway, I'm on a tangent. You got me monologuing. But yeah, I'm gonna put my tire back on, and then we're gonna get to number 1. All right. Went ahead and put the tire back on. Don't forget to torque your lugs. You don't want your tire to go out further than you are. Anyway, but yeah, a lot of those pet peeves, it's probably just me. The suspension might be strong enough. I see some people out there all the time on the forums just beating these things all to hell, and they're having a great time doing it. I'm just used to, like, I got this CJ5. Take a look right there. I got a 1980 CJ5. It's like over 40 some years old. Still rocking it. I can hit this thing against a brick wall. Actually, my daughter took out a 8x8 post, and all I did was put a little scuff on the bumper. If I took it out with this, it might be a total loss. I don't know. Probably because I don't have bumpers on it yet. Working on that. Got some material behind you. I got some more material coming. We're gonna put a bumper on this thing. I'm gonna be able to go through a brick wall. Maybe. Eventually. Well, we're gonna find out, and probably never even truly find out, because I'm not going to go through a brick wall. But anyway, that's enough rambling on about the suspension. I can go on and on all day. Granted, I'm used to leaf springs, but that's okay. Anyway, number 1 pet peeve with all 3rd gen Tacomas is that 3.5 liter engine they put in these things. Why'd you get away from the 4 liter? A lot of people are like, oh, it did it for power. No. Okay, maybe you get a little bit more power. It goes from what? So the 4 liter had 236 horse. Okay, okay. The 3.5 has 278 horse. You think, yes, got more power. But who in the hell is at 6,000 RPM all the time? Well, I'm up there because I need the power. I can't get anywhere. This is a manual transmission. Why can't they put some power down below? And actually, okay, let's just go for torque. Maybe they got more torque out of it. No, it's actually less than the 4-liter. Only about 1, but it's still. But the torque doesn't come in until 4,600 RPM. The 4-liter was at 4,000 RPM, and that's max torque. It comes in a lot earlier. That's my biggest pet peeve about this thing. I have a manual transmission. If you had an automatic, you can have a loose torque converter. It could, you can raise up some RPM before it can actually fully engage. Hey, let's go 2,500. Boom, and then you can come off the line. If you're dropping the clutch every time at 2,500, you're going to be tearing some stuff up. I mean, I love my stick. That's one of the main reasons why I have this thing, is because I want the 3 pedals. Nobody else makes them, at least here in the States. Everywhere else in the world, they can get whatever the heck they want, but not here in the States. All right. So I don't think they changed it for power. How about fuel mileage? Hey, that would be a good one. It's getting on in age. There's a lot of regulations that they have to abide by. I still get 14 miles to the gallon on this thing. Yes, I have bigger tires, and yes, I have, a lift on it. I get it. But even before that, when I was stock form, I only got 16. And when I was on the open highway, it even got worse. I see people all the time, oh, I got 20, 22. How? It's not in this setup. I mean, is it the 2-wheel drive 4-cylinder? I don't know. I have not seen it. Either my computer is completely off or my tune is completely off. I did actually get the OV tune on this. I have it maxed all the way out just to be able to make it livable. And still, it's pretty bad. I got next to a stoplight with a 4-liter 4Runner and got spanked. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. I felt like it was my childhood driving a little Del Sol. Anyway, yeah, I don't get it. Give me my 4-liter. Give me whatever. I guess what we need to do for this thing, and hopefully Magnuson is listening, send me a Magnuson supercharger. We'll put it on this thing, and I'll make so many videos on it, it will be ridiculous. And you'll see a grin on my face, because it goes up to like 300 and some odd horse, which would be fantastic, because most of it's going to be delivered down below. Now, why do I want so much torque? Actually, I don't even want a lot of torque. I just want it down low to where it's actually usable. I'm not tacking it out to 4,600 RPM just to get it to get torque. Now, if you saw some other videos, I rebuilt my trailer so I can tow my CJ around with the Tacoma. Now, if I got stuck on a hill, that would be bad news if you ever have to start off on a hill. You're going to be riding the clutch the entire darn way. It's just, tow capacity 6,500. I put the lifting tires on there, maybe went down to 5,500. That CJ doesn't weigh a lot. That trailer doesn't weigh a lot. I should be well within my means, and it's still very annoying. But anyway, another thing about the power delivery on this thing. Yes, it has variable timing. I understand why it has variable timing and why it kind of needs it. But why does it have to jump so much? You get off. Alright, I understand a lot of people are not going to be happy with some of the things I'm saying about their beloved Toyotas. But hey, if you're looking at buying one, I would probably still buy one. Even with all these little pet peeves. Most of them are fixable. Some of them takes a lot of money to fix it. Like putting a Magnuson up there is like $7,000 just for the parts, and that does not include putting it in. Maybe you can put an LS into it cheaper, and actually if you put an LS in there, you get more power, more torque, and usable range, better fuel mileage, and you just keep going. You put a 5.3 in here, put a 4.8, you'd be perfect, be beautiful, as long as you can match it up to that manual. Most of them come with automatics. I'm not a big automatic fan. But anyway, if you're looking at buying one, they look great. They are beautiful. I love the lines on this thing. The sides, the hood, even the hood weighs like 400 pounds. It's ridiculous. But I still love it. I do have a lot of pet peeves, and I do complain a lot. I still like it. I like being seen in it too. Anyway, check out all the other videos. Take it easy, have fun. Sorry if I offended you, but just be all right. We're still going to be modifying these things. We're still going to be modifying the CJ, the Wagoneer, and I can't wait to get started on the Dodge out there. It's a 97 Dodge 2500, 12 valve diesel with a 5-speed. Yeah, we got some plans for that. Stay tuned. Keep around, keep wrenching, and have fun. And don't be afraid to let other people know how you feel about manufacturers. Anyway, take it easy, have fun. Later.